I'm audible.
Yes,
Yes.
Shreya.
Yeah. So today we'll be discussing about reports, something that was asking to report. So that and survey. Okay, pose that. So mostly tomorrow I'll be starting with client scripts. So just go and do your sort of analysis or research on client script topic. Okay, so that is also very important to understand. And in real time, when you start working in development projects, you have to write client scripts, business rules, all this. So it's good to understand the concepts from basic level. Okay, so you also do your own research. Apart from that, we'll be talking about each type of client script with various examples. Okay. So what is a report? As we all know, a report is nothing but a data that has to be showcased in front of your manager or in front of your client. Okay. Usually we in ServiceNow supports report concepts. Okay. So report. Platform analytics administration, you have usage and governance reports, report statistics, the service catalog, on-call scheduling, system properties, reports, users, group members. Oh, okay. I think in this version, the reports navigation has been a little modified. The platform analytics administrator, you can see usage and governance. Over there, you have reports. The other way to open the reports is by with the backend name, which is just report.list. Okay, you can use any of the methods. To create a new report, you have a new button, but to make it we are confirm it that we are on the right table. The count is 659. Just check with the familiar tables that you are aware of, like is the reports running on problem table? Yes, then this is the place from where we have to actually go and create a reports. So regarding theory, let me open the docs, reports and service. uh, are visualization of the data that can be created, shared, and exported. Reports can be used to educate, inform, convince, and drive decisions. She go to choose a data source, define a report category. So from data source also we can generate a report. But uh, what is the major advantages of it? Scheduling. While scheduling is considered as a very good practice in ServiceNow, I'll help you out with that process. So reports enable you to create and distribute report that shows the current. Just a minute, guys. Current state of instance data, such as number of open incidents, each priority. See, like if I talk about incident table, we have too many fields on the form, right? See, number field, priority field, state field, caller field. So, uh, on basis on your requirement, we can categorize the data and share this information with your client or leadership. So, for that, we either go with reporting, okay, Reporting functionality is available by default for all tables except for system tables. System tables are nothing but the CMDB and task tables. So, but for all other tables, even if you are going to create a new table, this report functionality is enabled. Okay, and there should be some rule restriction. They should have some report underscore user role or something. So usually, if a user doesn't hold any rules like ITL and all, they need to have this any of the specified report rules to view the reports or to share the reports. Okay, to approval reporters. So a report alias admin. So likewise, report publisher, report admin, report scheduler, report group, report global, report user. So you can create a new reports that has been shared with them. Cannot share, edit or delete reports that has been shared with them. Okay, he can create and view the reports, but he cannot share them with anyone. He cannot edit those, cannot share, edit or delete reports that has been shared with them. That means he can create, he can see the reports that are sent to them, and the one that are sent to them cannot be edited, deleted, uh, or shared with anyone else. That is what they are telling here in this statement. So report underscore user, this is the role that has to be there if user is not having any major roles like admin or a ITIL. Okay, so explore use, report types, configure and advanced use, administrator. So there are certain things which you have to just revisit and understand. Okay, so it is all about theory. That's the reason I'm just asking you to check the product documentation of ServiceNow. So you can also spend some time and you can also understand things, or you can connect the dots here. That is what my intention is. Because once you are start working in a project, definitely there could be some challenging task where you have to analyze the things on your own. Okay, even today when we are in a project, we do lot of research work. We invest so much of time to understand the concept. Okay, so that has to be a habit from today itself. Okay, usually for every batch from Glide Records, I do that. So to create a report, we usually need a report. So database, let's say state information. We have already discussed data source topic, right? From there, you can create a data source and try to create a report. For now, I'm going to show it with a table. And here you have a list of tables. Okay, that means all the tables that are there in the system. You can select those tables. Majorly like incident table and all you can go with. And I want to make it more clear what should be the table name, what should be the source type, what table it has to create this report from. Everything, each and every detail will be specified by your client. For it is for an end user. That means that user has created some 100 requests in last 3 months and he wants the report of it. Then the user will give a name for us. What type of source? Is it a data source or is it on a table? If it is a request, we can CSC request table, the table name. Okay. And there will be a template, guys. You need not to worry to find out what all questions that we need answers from users. So you can share that template with the user and you can get the relevant or required queries. Post that you can start creating a report for them. Okay, so we have various types again. Compare individual or aggregate scores across data dimensions. So if it's a bar chart, so here you have a bar, histogram, horizontal bar, pie and donut. So let's go with histogram. Okay, so you can choose any of the method. This is for timelines. This is for multi-dimensional report. This is for scorecards. This is something other like calendar, fun, some other pattern they are following. So as per your requirement, you can go with it. See here, you can see the data based on the table that you have selected. And if you want to add any conditions here, see this is again NLP related filter conditions that are applied. But unfortunately, this functionality is not too active. But let's check once again. Sorry, question answers cannot understand, but I have given a very simple query. You can go with problem table, you can go with any other table. Okay, let's go to next. So here, as I told, let's go with histogram. And if you want to add any conditions, so yeah, I want to see only instance with state, not instance state. Go with state, status, new, and in progress or on hold. Okay, and if you have any further questions, you can just type here. Yes, priority is one of all the priority levels if you want to see, or if you want to skip moderate or something, that also you can do. Okay, one critical, two high, four low, five planning. I want to skip three moderate, so I have set the conditions, and you have a button to run these conditions. See, now based on that, it is showing you the report. Okay, to hide your conditions, just click here on funnel symbol, but you can understand what were the conditions you have applied. And here, if you see, the means max is 79, the count is 3, but they have given in some other pattern actually. See, when you go with this pie charts, usually you have a group by option which is available on our list. Let's see, 83. Let's group it by state field, not active field. Okay, under for state, this is the indication. For in progress, this is the indication. For on hold, this is the indication. See, there are only 4 instances. And if you just click on that, you are also redirected to the data. Okay. Instead of creating this every time, actually you can save the report so you can open it from the source report. I haven't saved the report. That's my fault. Here also you can apply is one of instead of writing multiple conditions. Here it is not 3 moderate. So you can run. Again, this group by field is important. State. If you want to add additional group by, that is also possible. Let's see. I want to add priority here. Priority. Okay. And if you want to add more like caller and all, that is also possible. Okay. So additional group by options. Let me save this. See report created with your name, whatever you have given, and see So here I have used additional group by fields. So if it is on caller, under Abel, how many incidents are there? Under Alexander, how many incidents are there? I can actually see the information here. Coming here, see the configuration style for pie chart is totally different. Okay, even if you just click on all, the data is completely different now. See, I can see new, closed, in progress, on hold. But if I apply the conditions, I can see only those records that matches the conditions. Like see, status, new or in progress. Just run it. See, you have only two values. You are able to see even the conditions are applied. Apart from that, you have additional fields here on the configure and additional group by. We already know. I'm sorry. What is a group by? So we have additional fields here like priority column. Based on that, it shows you the result. Okay. So again, if I want to know the average value of something, if I want to calculate the business durations or business resolve time, that also I can do. Okay, so this is the time that is taking. If you just keep the count, you'll get the number of incidents, count of it actually. Okay, see count is 67. So here maximum number of groups if you want to see, or if you want to have some restriction, that also you can do. Just go to next. Here you can do some styling. Okay, so if you want to increase the width of your donut, if you want to use some of the colors, you can give hexadecimal values, or if you want to use chart colors, you can also do it. Let's say so precision value I just want to give one, so let me modify these changes. See, it is purely this color now, or if you want to use some other colors, you can also select the colors. So here you have a light, dark, blue, dark to light, or green, light to dark, or dark to light, something like this. You have some various colors. So you can also use this color palette and choose your own colors. So I just use this assist utilization history. So it is giving me some different colors. It is easy for me to identify. So the width of the donut is now increased. If you want to decrease it, you can also do that. Title again. So show report title, or you want to have something else more. Every week priority based information. Okay, so you can also have the title of the chart, like you can make it 12 pixels. Again, if you want to have a color for it, you can use some colors. And you want to align it to the center, right, left, all this you can choose. It should be on the top or in the middle. You can decide that. See, the report title to the left. If you choose to the right, okay, keep it center, it looks good. Okay, this is the name. And apart from here, see, you have the option to see if this has PNG or JPG. That means has images. That means you can also download it and present it in any of your presentations. Like you can add this image. Okay. Apart from this, you have a share symbol. Okay. So you can also do some more drill down. That means add more options to it. See, you can choose other table and add your details and like drill down the existing one. That's it. This is about well, it is taking me to this. Okay, I have view report. So from there, you can actually open the report. Okay, and we were working on style. So here, as we are discussing, we can work on this alignments and all. And legend horizontal, it should be left, right. All this you can define again. See, I have given left, but I'll just keep it center and bottom. Okay, so this is the legend horizontal alignment. You got it. So the information about number of records and all. If it's as per your requirement, you can do it. Okay, save it. Show legend border, show align legend text and all. That also you can enable. So the major things, if you are modifying anything, just click on update so those changes will be reflected. Insert and insert state. What is this insert? Like if you want to be on the same report but you want to modify something and create a new one, you can just click on insert and insert state. So let me open the report back. Usually the admin team who is working under uh, instant problem change, all this management will also take care of reports. Okay, they'll have a template in which they are going to receive the requested information, and based on that they are going to create a report or generate a report and share it. Sometimes the report is already there, they'll only look for it is deactivated. How they only look for something like scheduling the report. I will also be talking about it. I can deactivate it back. I just activated the report. So again, we were talking about this. If you want to know what this report is running on, what is the type of it, is it shared with any particular group or users? Few of the users reports, uh, they come and they just see us that we are unable to view this report. There is a error saying that you cannot view the report. That could be because the rules are missing on this user profile, or the user is not part of particular group that report is shared with, or a user is having the role and he's part of the group, but uh, in the group like he's but unable to see the report, then we'll cross check what is missing. And such troubleshootings are done. Okay. Who has created, when it is created, what was, when was last modified, all this you can see. You can have a description for this report. Okay. And from here you can actually share it. That means you can share it with everyone or particular group or users. As I told you, if it is a group, you can select the group. Let's say I want to share it with cab approvals, and explicitly I want to mention some users. It will redirect me to the user table. So it is shared with a group, but user is not part of that group, but he's part of this user list. Then also he'll be able to see the report. If it is everyone, everyone can see it. And schedule, this is something that is very important. And dashboards, we have a home pages and dashboards. I'll be talking about it. It is not much uh, required, but it is something like just to see data in an interactive way. Okay. And you can also export it to PDF. See portrait, landscape, generate now, or send as an email. So if you want to say like generate it on demand, you can also do that. So if this is for delete, that means if you want to delete the report, you can also delete it from here. So insert, stay or save as a data source. If you don't want to generate a report, you can also generate it as a data source. Okay. And schedule. What is the schedule? I'll show you. This is something very important. Under sys report template. Okay. Schedules are mastered. And here usually we'll give a name for your schedule of report, and you have to select the report name. So suppose we created the state info. If it is active, then only it is visible here. Otherwise, no. And there are almost 552 reports, but you have to select the one which you want to schedule it and users again. So, who can see this report? That can be decided by list of users that you specify or the group that is there. If there are any external users, you go with providing their email address. The subject is important, like what this report is for. Introductory message, like what this report says about this, all you can fill. And coming here, if it is on application global, it has to be on application global. If it is any other application scope, you just have to modify the application scope from here and create a report. That's it. Okay. You'll have a list of application scopes. You can just select the one. The same process, whatever we have done on the global, you can repeat it on the another application scope. And this tells you whether it has to schedule run the schedule or not, the active field. And run like every day it has to be delivered to your leadership, or weekly. If it is weekly, you can decide a day. If it is periodically, you can also decide a day, hours, minutes, and all. If it is monthly, on what date it has to be delivered, that also you can decide. If it is once, that means for once it will be sent. And you have a time to decide when that once is it on 31st December or is it on 1st January. But if it is on demand, that means as of now, it has to be sent. Then we go with on demand. Business calendar, the start of month and end of month. These options will be there. Usually, there could be a question on this in the interviews, like what type of run pattern service now supports daily, monthly, weekly. If it is weekly, if I want to generate it on Friday, is it possible? Yes. On specific time, yes. So just to check whether you have knowledge or not, they may ask you. And coming to time, you can go with hours, minutes, and seconds. And if you have any conditions, that means if you want to write any scripts, you can also do it. Omit if no records. Usually, this is the season of an US and all, right? So at that time, we may not have much work or there are no records created. At that time, you can just click on omit if no records. That means it will not send a report if there are no records matching your conditions that you have set. Okay, and output type. This is also very important. Some users says I need it in PDF, some says I need it in PNG, some says I need it in embedded PNG or PDF landscape. You can also select it out and zip it. Like if they say to zip, you will do it. Otherwise, no. Include it with. That means if you want to include any other um, schedule that is already running on this particular report, you can also select it. And the page size, is it A3, A4, letter, legal, or custom? You can select. Okay. So like this, I'll fill all the information and on demand, I'm just generating it. Usually, the notifications has to be enabled. We'll be talking about it. At that time, you can see the notifications that are sent or received. Okay. So notifications. So meantime, on the say there are something else that are created. Don't worry, we'll be creating notifications and checking those. See, our notification is not generated, I guess, because I didn't enable or disable the notifications. So I'll be helping you with that once we are into that topic, so it will be clear. Uh, so I have downloaded something, right? Let me open that. Just give me a minute. So Lakshmi, is it clear now? You were asked me to repeat this topic, right?
Shreya, yes, Shreya, I'm good.
Okay. Mm. Just sharing my screen. So see the report is generated with this information. Okay. So you can schedule anything, see when it is created, by whom it is created. I have all the report data. Okay. The label name that I have given, this is the name of my report. You got it? You can also just generate it in PDF and all, and you can use it. So now we'll be talking about uh, what they say survey. Okay, survey is also something very important, and survey trigger conditions. So generally, see, there is a project, uh, and I have worked for a project for almost 2.5 years. I just want to give my feedback about the work environment or about the functionalities that we have learned in this project, or what went good, what went bad, where it has to be improved. All these key points that I just want to share it in form of a survey. And there will be a deadline for service. Usually, if per se we have 5 users who contributed their services for the project, and all the 5 has to give the feedback within 1st of Jan. So when the survey is sent on 16th of December, there should be a reminder on 18th of December, 20th of December, again on 22nd of December. like this, it just has to leave 2 days in between. If the user has already uh, given the feedback or filled the survey, it should not send a mail. Otherwise, it has to repeatedly following up with the user to fill the survey. That is a usual requirements we have. Okay. So get a action based feedbacks, analyze, publish, and link survey results to reports automatically. So you know where to improve. Delivery consistent experience, make informed elevations, enhance chatbot experience. Like even on chatbots, they start using this service. So in Shade Survey Designer, like we'll be working on it. And where to check this feedbacks. Real time dashboards can also hold this survey information. Single interface for admin. So where exactly this service have been. Here on the left navigator, you can see. Not every time, but some projects ask you to create surveys or take surveys. So here on self-service only take surveys and my assessments and service. But here you have a survey designer and this we have a dedicated menu and module for survey. So here if you just click on use service, like how many surveys that are there on this particular instance I can view. There are 14. And if I want to see table information, you can also do that. When they were created, updated, all these fields are important. So no, nothing is running on instant table because there is a specific table called assessment metric type. Just to show you that, I just typed here, you can't search problem and all because all the surveys are stored here on the assessment metric type table. This is a dedicated table for your survey where surveys are mastered or created. Okay, so you can view any of the survey that is there. See ECS chat. So you can open any of the service from here. It is running on different application scope. That's the reason you'll have this error. If you want to open this record, you just have to modify your application scope to that particular, say, employee center core. So I'll also show you how to do that. Okay, employee center core that is there. That is application scope that is running on this particular survey. So you can see now there is a globe icon and you can also cross confirm it. Now if you reload, all the grayed out fields are editable because you are on this particular scope. Okay, yeah, sometimes you definitely have to work on different application scopes as per requirement. So just to activate it, just come here, click on application scope over the one that has been asked to open, and you can edit it and you can see all the things. Okay, now how this survey is designed. So we have a survey designer that is a tool that is like a functionality we have. Let me type survey. So survey designer. So you have a controls, questions, categories. So let's say I want to add a attachment. I want to add a Boolean value, question type. I want to add a choices. I want to add date. I want to add date and time. I want to add a number field on my this particular survey. I want to everything is drag and drop here. Okay. So you can drag and drop whatever is required and position them again. I want to add a string field. I want to add a reference field. If it is a reference field, again you have to image skill to add any images, multi-selection like multiple choice questions. Okay, I think mostly I have added all the types. Okay, and you can give a name for your server if it is a project field. So you can just click here on the gear icon to give a name. Mm, Feedback in 1 or 2 pages. So just give name and question. If it is a mandatory, you can also make that field mandatory from here. Okay. If you want to add any additional information, some different names I'm giving here. Like I'm, let's say, boat is my project and DFG is the module name. So like that, you can give some additional information and you can write whatever you want to. And is there any dependency display when, like I just want to display this field only when Boolean type is true. So Boolean is checked. Okay. So that dependency also you can set it from here. So if you see, that field is not shown, but uh, if it is checked, you can see that. So here, just if you click on plus, a new one will be created. See, dependent on new field, feedback. It is clearly saying you that. Again, if you want to have a question here, mm, okay, so is it like checkbox or yes or no? You can choose. Checkbox is also like for false. Positive indicator means high values or low values. You can again you can set a dependency. I don't want to set any dependency here. So like this for every field you can actually add your own information. Are you part of HTML? I'm just giving the questions in short way. Okay, if you want it, make it to mandatory. If you want to randomize answers for all other users who take the survey, you can also do it. Allow not applicable. If you want to add more information, you can also do it. And just come down, you can see the choices. If you belong to development, you can select development. If you belong to test, you can test select the testing team. If it is operations, you can go with operations. So like that, you can just give your values here. Development, test, operations. Okay. I'm just giving it like number field. Where see the rating you can do it. Minimum is 1, maximum is 10. Okay. So I'm not disturbing the C. If you want to have some percentage, that also you can decide. So I want to do it from 10 to 100. Again, here positive indicator is high values. So I can modify such changes. And this is for number scale, like rate overall experience. Okay, so you can go with 1 to 10 again. This is like adding some choices. Project locations. If user has to choose his location, he can also do it. Is it Hyderabad, Bangalore, or Pune? Or you can also give numbers like this. That is also okay. If you want to add more, just click on here on the plus symbol. Okay. Date and time. So is there any active templates that are running? You can choose any of it. So you can use it. So like if it is amount, so it is if you want to ask any question here from like percentage. hike or appraisal. I'll just keep it. Even questions are equal. So, okay, so again, if you want to have a template, commonly asked questions under one particular template, you can also do that. See here, see. Again, this is a string field, suggestions. Here you have a single line text, single line wide or multi-line. If you go with multi-line, let's create one more for single line. Let's give the question as comments. Okay. This is a reference field. So here you have to provide your reference table. If it is user table, because user table will have all the users information. So I'm just selecting the same. I'm not very good with this image scale because we didn't use it much. I'll just keep it simple, but I'll do some research and let you know. Okay. Distribution. Upgrade. And call. So these are some options they have. So I'm just giving it like that. So again, ranking here. So you can have your own development. Some let's keep it other option. That's it. So now we have used all the things. This is the name of your survey. And coming to categories, if there are any commonly asked categories, you can summarize them and you can select it from here. Okay, see, save and publish, preview, new survey, load. Firstly, save it, otherwise, whatever the changes that we have performed may not be there in the system. So, saving is important. Later, you can preview it. Preview means how the survey looks to the end users. The value must not match existing. Okay. Okay, this is a one I have made it dependency, right? So only when I check it, it is visible. And you form of which group, what is the range? So positive indicators I have given. So what is the percentage here? I can rate it. Overall experience in the project. I'm from which location? What is the project date and time? So I can choose anything. And coming here, average amount. See, I just have asked a question like none, few, or little. All this it has only configured. Suggestions, task, comments, task. Okay, select your manager. It will help me in selecting my manager from here. And as I told you, I'm not well versed with this image one. I'll cross check that it is something like buttons. Okay, here I can select multiple options. Here I can go with the rank for each activity that we have performed. So like this, I can actually publish it means it will be available for the users. Okay, if I just publish it, under configure, I can see who is the owner. I want to have more than one owner. I can select them. Anonymous response. That means who is filling this survey. You don't want to know their details. Okay, if you want to hide them, you can select this. And description is required, like why the survey is for. Do not show survey introduction notes. Like usually we'll have an introduction notes why the survey is created. Is it a public survey or is it a chat survey? Chat survey is nothing but while creating any chat boot, and if you want to send a survey link to the user who has taken the services from you, we'll be using chat survey. Otherwise, we just keep it like public survey, and this will be the link of your survey. You can also copy it and share it with anyone in your team or with any user. So it redirects them to the survey that we have created today. So again, return URL. That means after taking the survey, it has to return to the homepage of ServiceNow. You can give the return URL and notes like any regards or something. You can just and see a project feedback. This is how it looks on the portal. Okay, if I just enable it, I can see the feedback. So I can select the options. I can give the range, percentage, overall experience, what all locations I have worked, what was my joining date, what is my, you can keep it like leaving it date, what is the high percentage, suggestions, comments. You can select your manager. Coming here, this is like a niche field, what all activities you have been part of. You can rank each of it and you can submit this. Okay. And coming to signatures, like if you have any signatures that were created on your name, you can select it. Uh, pagination settings for survey portal. That means here on the survey portal, how it you want to look, you can do some settings from here. Okay, under category or under questions you want to show it. For the portal, you can decide it. Okay, on-click survey is also for chart survey. So source table and all that is for the same. Duration, as I told you, you'll have a duration for the survey. You can set some duration. After that, it will be expired automatically. Okay, and availability. Let me save it. Get this updated field or created field. So this was the survey we have created. Go to survey designer. I don't want to create it from scratch as it's already there. In availability, sorry, in configure what all changes you want to do, you can do it. After that, in availability, like is should be available to particular group or particular recipients from outside or users. You can select it. If it is anyone, it is available for anyone. Okay, you have this option. And load survey, copy survey. If you want to have the same survey for other table, you can copy it and modify it according to the table name or whatever it is. Or if, for suppose I have to create 3 servers, where the just a modification of an email field on a survey. So I'll create a copy of it and I'll just modify it. You got it? So this is how it looks, and where this survey information is stored in assessment metric table. So under survey responses, you can also see how many surveys are ready to take, how many are completed, what is the survey information and all. We'll be talking about it. Okay. So mostly tomorrow we'll talk all those topics. Is it okay?
Okay, Shreya.
Yeah, sure. Thank you all. So tomorrow at 9 we'll have class, okay?
Yes, Shreya.
Thank you.